Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're spectating BR duos. We got Info Redacted and Polar Bear LaFlare. Okay. Now, looks like both of these guys have gotten their specialist and they're about to activate a loadout. Okay, very interesting. Only on the one kill, but we're just starting out the game here with 68 teams, 122 players. Okay, let's see what we're working with here, guys. We might be in for a pretty effective team here. Oh my god, look at that weapon swap with the Hawkeye sniper option. Going right back to the big blue, or big green, as some people refer to this facility or this building as. Very quick weapon swap here. So we got Info Redacted. Runs by a red box. That's how you know there's something going on with these guys. These guys are serious players. These guys are only interested in taking out the threat, and that's exactly what they did. So that was Baldito that got taken out there. And it looks like they hacked the Claymore. Okay, let's just go to Polar Bear LaFlare for a second. So he's on the 3 kill already, okay. So we'll assess some movement here. So he's got the Razor SMG. So it does look like the Razor is now the meta. So he's got the Razor, and I'm curious to see what his secondary weapon is going to be. Okay, they're looking for threats, yep. Wow. Talk about that coordination. And when we talk about players that are demons, right? I think we were having this conversation earlier with the Warzone Pro that we had featured on our channel, Sandman. And one of the questions that he had asked us was, how do you categorize players? Right? How do you know if somebody's a pro, somebody is, you know, well, what are the tiers, right? What are the levels that you put people at? And because, you know, nowadays it's not that simple to look up stats. And frankly, we don't have a great answer to that. I think it's looking at the game sense. It's looking at our teams working together. I think there should be some points given for that. Like, these guys are obviously in sync, right? They're not like fighting two different teams. One guy's not on his own, right? They're pretty much right side by side here. And they're really just looking for getting a down here, because as soon as they have a down, they're in business. Reprioritizing to the sniper, back, and those guys are shooting. As soon as they have a down, I think they're going to fly down there. That's the kind of the game plan. And those guys don't know what they just did. Okay, he didn't even play it up because he knows he's got the perk. So let's go back to Redacted. Info Redacted. 50 teams, 90 players, and they're full sending. Do they have a down? Is that why? Whoa! Yes, they did have a down. Okay, that makes sense. Yep, Polar Bear LaFlare had a down. So immediately just engaged. And they got a down there. My guess is... Yeah. I was going to say, my guess is Polar Bear LaFlare is going to go in for the flight. Let's see. No, he ended up joining him up. Okay, that's interesting. I thought he was going to go all the way through. Reprioritizing. Okay, let's go back to Info Redacted. So yeah, I would say a couple of points need to go towards how teammates work together. Like that was probably full points, right? As far as Polar Bear LaFlare had a down, and then Info Redacted came in for the flight operations, came in, bent around the HVAC unit there and got the completion. And so teamwork is full points. Okay. Oh! Wow. Wow. Okay, so then what else do you give points to? So you got to give points to what we call gun game, and then I think what Sandman was advising us on was there's two types of gun games, right? There's one gun game that you do together when you're stacking. And so right now we're seeing really good stacking operations, right? They're working together. So as a team, they're fighting really good. But then there's another type of gun game, which is individual, straight individual acumen, right? Individual um, performance. And we are not able to score them on that metric quite yet. I think we're going to have to wait a little bit, especially if we see a 1v2 situation or we see maybe 2 or 3 teams operating in an AO. I think we'll get a better sense at that point. Okay, so that one we are unsure of, but as far as working together, as far as team performance, it's full points for these guys, right? And then there's the strategy, right? How do you give points to a team that's strategic, right? They know when to be offensive, they know when to be defensive, they know when to push, they know when to slow it down. And again, I'm gonna give these guys, and I don't want to eat my words here, but I'm gonna give these guys full points because they sort of have a strategy here, right? Now they're not in a lot of trouble here, so that's why they're not. I don't think they're panicking. Not too worried about their armor. They both have regen here. Teammate is 1E. You took the risk, no problem. And they're disengaging. I think they're gonna send them. I think somebody might be here. 37 teams, 66 players. So from a strategy perspective, let's just take a look here. They're in zone, they've got tons of money, they're working together, they're in no rush really. I would give them full points on strategy as well right now. I have no reason to believe right now that they're not strategic. So pretty much this is a leading team, right? So in terms of putting these players against, ranking them up against another really good team, I would say it's going to be, the differentiator is going to be, in this case, it's going to be the gun game. But these guys are just so good together here. They're going to be hard to beat, these guys. Like, this is definitely a winning team here, guys. We may have lucked out here. This is very rare to get your first team that you spectate that ends up being your winning team. Both have specialists. They can certainly get a little bit more UAVs going and get out of this building. I'm not sure why they're hanging around spending so much time here. This is the only thing that I'm finding a little bit unusual about the squad. I don't think these guys realize just how good they are. Like, I think they're almost like underselling themselves, so they're playing extra cautious here, right? They're going up and down the stairs. They think somebody's here that's just as good as them. I assure these guys, nobody here is as good as them. Or not that many. Maybe 1 or 2 teams, but not that many people are going to be as good as these guys. You got to remember, you got, the Joe BMWs, the Raven houses, right? In these lobbies. Now, those guys are not going to be in downtown. Now, you could have somebody like a Sandman in downtown. So you could have like a 10 KD player playing solo duos. You could have that. So that's not, they just got to make sure they're not going to caught in the open. Because if Sandman if he can down you and thirst you right away. So I think as long as they don't compromise themselves, like right now they're okay here, right? Not as risky. This is a little risky flying out like that, I think, but they're okay. No big deal. Yeah, those guys weren't watching. All good here. There's always some risk you're taking in this game, right? There's an inherent risk in the game. So what do we have here? 30 teams, 54 players. Only downtown operations so far. Very, very interesting. And Unsuppressed Hawkeye. Looks like they've got the compensator option on it. Speaking of the compensator, perhaps we'll have to update our Hawkeye to level it up today. It is truly a special weapon. Quite buffed right now. So they switched AOs. They're now in Stadium. This is the opportunity to activate a UAV here. Yeah, somebody's landing here. This is good for these guys. This is a couple of kills they can pick up here, right there. Okay, nice work.
New safe zone located.
Still looking around. A little surprised that they're not prioritizing the UAV, I have to say. A little bit concerned about that. Okay, look. He just ran by the buy and he didn't get a UAV up. Polar Bear LaFleur ran by the buy and did not get a UAV up. Guys, this is a red flag, guys. I don't like to see this. Okay, good. Info redacted. He's gonna get an advanced up right away without hesitation. And does not get the spare. Oh, it does get the spare. Okay, it gets a spare precision. Interesting. Okay. I don't mind that. I think you can have a spare precision. "30 teams, 55 players, 6 kills for info redacted." They do see the guy on the advanced, and he's got somebody on him over there. He's really worried about the guy up top. He's got to worry about the guy that's in front of him. Extremely unprecedented here.
If you are enjoying this ride, consider leaving us a review.
Did Polar Bear LaFleur kill somebody? He may have. Yeah, he may have killed the guy that was on the ground. So not a high kill game for these guys so far. 26 teams, 48 players. Now they're pulling back to downtown. They're going to get a bit of an ammo refill at the police station here. Oh, nice down. Threats going up. This is where a UAV helps. So he's on track for at least a 12 kill game here. Maybe a 15. 15 might be hard, but people do pick up kills more at the end. Yep, there you go. They got to get it down, and then they'll dump a precision on that guy. Nice down. Nice snipe. Oh, his teammates got a most wanted. I didn't appreciate that. When did that get picked up, guys? The nerve of these guys. So these guys are taunting, right? They have no reason to do a most wanted, but they've been running around and nobody's really pushed them. And if I was to guess, their strength is their short game, their gun game, their SMG game. That would be my expectation. Guys that are running axes are usually pretty good with that kind of stuff, unless they're just doing it because they think they're just trying to signal that they're sweats, but these guys don't look like they're faking it. So he's got a fully kitted out Hawkeye here. So info redacted. We got Polar Bear LaFleur. 189 Prestige Master. This is all urban for these guys. Again, guys, they have a most wanted running around in downtown. Let's take a look at the TAC map. Yep, threats are going up again. Interesting. The team that's okay. I was gonna say the team that's pushing them must think that the
There goes the armor.
it's only one guy, and they got the down.
Swapping mag.
Puts the precision down. Maybe a little late, I think, in the precision. Well, let's see. We'll see. He got the down there. Did he get the kill confirmed? Let's go back to Polar Bear LaFleur, see how many kills he's got. He's still on the 5, okay. Going back to info redacted. Looks like Boogeyman and Fade joined us as we were in the spectating video. They're in for a surprise because we're gonna back out after this.
Marking probable demise zone.
So 23 teams, 44 players. We've got a flyby UAV in the AO. We can see the one team on top of the big green there. We can see another team. Oh, danger close. Very close here, guys. This is a good opportunity to push on top of the building, though. Yeah, this is... Yeah, right beside them, essentially. And he's kept his most wanted here. I think that's why they're not moving. Now, this is interesting Warzone operations. Like, normally teams that have a most wanted almost instantly used to get pushed.
That way.
And now, nobody even dared coming to these guys. These guys have had not. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Immediately plated. Wow, the Razor is and his teammate just cleaned up his buddy, Noki. Yeah, like I said, these guys are quite confident in their gun game. And we just saw the slide cancel that occurred there. Uh-oh, teammate's down. This is dangerous, guys. They need that trophy system down, guys. I would put that trophy system down. This is dicey. Killed one of the guys here, though. Picked up a smoke. That was interesting. I like that. And he does a weapon inspection in the middle of an extremely intense gun battle, guys. Talk about the confidence we're seeing here. Now this is getting exciting, guys. This is where the pros will show you what makes them, right? What makes the pros versus the good players. No chance. No chance. No chance. And I think this was the role-based operations we oh, hold on. We'll explain what just happened there. Again, another weapon swap. Now these guys are just flexing. Oh yeah. Now, one of the things Sandman, when we hosted him on our channel, had talked about a role-based aggression. So what happens in a duos and a trios? Oh yeah, hold on. There's different roles that players take. So in that 2v2 gunfight, Info Redacted was kind of the aggressor who was pushing, whereas Polar Bear LaFleur stayed back and ADS'd and shot. When FX Juice and I play, we're both either run up and both just get mowed down, or we both of us stay back and basically some guy just slide cancels in that situation after they've sim texted us, taken all of our plates. They'll just slide cancel in and mop us up. So we are not able to coordinate at that level, at this pro level, but you know, this is what I think Sandman had given us insights on, and this is interesting. Lots going on, guys. Wow. He's not gonna let his teammate die. He's not gonna let him die. Talk about this clutch play and the confidence that we saw.
10 remain. Keep pushing.
Guys on the right.
Gas is moving.
Those guys, no, that's FX Juice trying to get a buyback. Like, that's not, he shot at the wrong guys. I think he knows too. Yeah. Who else? These guys literally mopped everybody up here. Really liking the Razor, guys. Completely just going off right now, guys. He wants to get a UAV up. I think he just wants to be cautious here, right? This is interesting.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. Only 4 left.
Just so much confidence here, guys. And let's get the advanced up, guys. And he's got a precision.
Gas is inbound.
Somebody's close to them, I think. Top there. Somebody got precisioned up there.
Enemy with sunshine.
These guys are just mopping. This is the mop-up crew, guys. 4 teams, 6 players, 3 teams. So a duo and a solo. We see them. Waited for the precision to expire. He's back in position. 1 guy's on your left. 2 guys up top. Let's get a precision down on the guys up top.
Safe zone located. You're in the last 2. Now finish this.
2v2.
You're losing ground. Moving.
Are they low ground? Yeah, they are. Okay. Precision them. One down. So much confidence I have not seen in such a long time. Let's take a look at this replay, guys. And we don't even see the replay because that pretty much happened in slow motion. That's probably one of the greatest performances. No, maybe not one of the greatest. That's probably one of the best performances we've seen, though, in a while. Not the greatest of all time, but definitely one of the better ones. Full control. This is what this game was all about. There was never a doubt. Info Redacted and Polar Bear left flare. Wow. There was never a doubt. Info Redacted was so confident, and I think we talk about, you know, a player that operates at the most exceptional level, right? The it factor. How is a player going to operate in a 1v2 situation? Their individual performance, and clearly Info Redacted is the better player between these two, between Polar Bear and LaFlare. Both very good, but Info Redacted is a tier above, and we saw that in the consistent 1v2 fights that he won with so much confidence. And weapon inspections, guys. We don't see that a lot, right? When do we see guys checking their weapons in the middle of gunfights? So, thanks very much for watching. This was total dominance. Never a doubt. Doing most wanteds in the middle of downtown. I have not seen that. I'm not sure if you guys even know. I don't think we've seen anything like that. Not a single contract other than the most wanted. Incredible. Incredible operations here. So, thanks very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Start when